Hey Provo, I'm Mason,
And I'm Lucas.
and we're your Provo student guides.
Today we're going to be talking about taking tours. Let's break it down. So today we're going to talk about tours, everything you need to know to have the best tour possible.
For your tour, we recommend that you make a list of 3 important apartment features. Down in the description box, there's a document with a list of apartment features that you may not have considered otherwise. Go ahead and look through that list, highlight the 3 most important things that you need, and take it with you for your tour. That way you know you're getting exactly what you need in an apartment.
And we'll also talk about the do's and don'ts of taking a tour as well.
Number 1, do let your tour guide know your top 3 needs for the apartment. This way, they're able to tailor that information especially for you and highlight the most important things. As well, they might touch on the things that you want that weren't in your top 3 that make the apartment more appealing.
Also, you're going to want to let them know how much time you have. We both work in student housing, and sometimes people come in on their lunch break. They've only got 5 or 10 minutes. And so you just want to let your tour guide know that so that they can give you the information that you need in the time that you have.
Number 2, do ask questions and take notes. Again, there's a link in the description box to a list of questions that we feel are pretty important for a tour. What you can do is print out that sheet, take it with you to each apartment complex or apartment that you're going to tour. Make a list of the items that the tour guide gives next to each question. And that way, after you're done touring each apartment complex and apartment, you can compare the notes and see which one was really best for you.
Yeah, and to break down those important questions that you would want to consider asking your tour guide, we're going to have our superstar Mason break it down.
All right, let's break down these questions. 1, how close is it to the library? The library is in the center of BYU campus. So if you know exactly how far your apartment complex is to the library, you can estimate how far it is to the other buildings on campus. If you know only how close it is to one of the edges of the campus, then you may be a lot farther than you think to the building that you want to go to. Number 2, is there parking and how much does it cost? Please keep in mind that there might be covered parking, reserved parking, and those might come at an additional fee. Don't be afraid to ask. Number 3, how much is rent, including utilities and other fees? Rent sometimes is only what's listed at the website. So when you get to the property, don't be afraid to ask about renter's insurance, utilities, internet, and if those fees are extra. How much is it going to cost per month total is what you want to know. Next question. Is it BYU approved or no? This is important because BYU contracted housing has to answer to the BYU off-campus housing office if they break their contract. As well, it's good to know what's in that contract to know exactly what your landlords are agreeing to and what you're agreeing to as far as the honor code. So please visit their website to know what it means to be BYU approved. Next question. Is there a maintenance team and are there RAs to help after hours? An on-site maintenance team will often reduce the cost of maintenance that the resident has to pay for maintenance. For example, a plumber might cost $100 an hour, and if you have to pay for that and your plumbing gets clogged regularly, you're going to be out quite a bit of change. But if there's an on-site maintenance team, it'll reduce the cost. As well, if there's complaints for after hours or emergencies that you need help with, after our RAs, resident assistants are there to help and will make the process much easier to get something done.
All right, now that Mason broke down those questions, let's go ahead and wrap this up with finishing our do's and don'ts. Don't be afraid to look around in the show apartment. That place is there for you to take it apart, ask plenty of questions.
As well, don't be afraid to ask about seeing the amenities, such as a pool, hot tub, and other common spaces around the property.
And some show apartments are lived in. That's a pretty normal thing, especially during a semester. So don't be intimidated by that, and just remember to be respectful of that person's space.
Number 4, say what you like and what you don't like. It helps to figure out if the apartment is right for you if you say vocally the things that you like, and as well as the things that you don't like.
All right, yeah, and if you like what you see, especially if you toured another couple of places, don't be afraid to start an application. I'm sure those folks in the office would be happy to help you. Thank you for joining us as we talked about tours today. We're the Provo Student Guides. I'm Lucas.
I'm Mason. And remember, Utah
rocks. Till next time. That's it right there.